The episode starts with the police surrounding a building, calling for Ghost Spider to get out. In a dramatic leap, Ghost Spider flies out of the building. The police shoot at her, but she stops them with her webs. One of the officers tries to shoot her in the back, but her spidey senses come in handy, and she stops them and leaves. Agent Johnson, Quake, and Agent Lucas, Patriot from S.H.I.E.L.D., are sitting in a room with Captain Stacy, the head of the manhunt for Ghost Spider. He tells them that bringing in Ghost Spider is their responsibility now after his operation failed. Catching Ghost Spider, whom he views as a supervillain, is his #1 priority, especially after she supposedly killed an innocent kid. Agent Johnson, shocked by what the captain just revealed, tells him that she and Kevin will bring her in. Ghost Spider, Gwen, is sleeping on a drum set with her costume on when her friends, who don't know about her secret identity, open the garage door. She wakes up startled and changes out of her Ghost Spider costume fast. They ask where she's been, and then they all start jamming in the garage. The scene starts with Gwen and her band playing music in the garage. The girls call it a day and leave, but Gloria stays behind and asks Gwen how she's doing. Gwen, taken aback by the question, remembers a flashback of her holding a boy in her arms. She deflects the question, and Gloria tells her that they haven't talked since Kevin's funeral. Gwen tries avoiding Gloria, but she gets mad at her, prompting Gwen to tell her that until she finds out who killed him, there's nothing to say. Gloria tells her that it's Ghost Spider. Gwen gets another flashback with Kevin. She shows him her powers, and another one with them walking together. Gwen tells Gloria that Ghost Spider didn't kill him. Gloria tells her there's nothing she can do. Gwen tells her that her father, the captain, doesn't run away from his policing duty, so why should she? Gloria asks her to be careful and leaves. Gwen puts on her costume and flies off to find the person who killed her best friend. She recalls last night when she caught the ones responsible in the building surrounded by police. Before she got answers, they pushed her out of the window. Back to the present, Gwen gets stopped by Agent Lucas, who attempts to arrest her, but she stops him. They fight, and she escapes. Agent Lucas tells Agent Johnson to circle Ghost Spider and then go after her. The episode opens up with Doreen driving through the streets on her motorcycle. She stops, takes out a dessert box, and sits on a bench. Gets attacked by her pet squirrel as she's waiting for Kamala Khan to show up. Kamala shows up, and the girls, who are apparently on a superhero team, track Ghost Spider on Kamala's phone and want to bring in the ex-superhero. Before they know it, Ghost Spider jumps straight toward them off the building. Doreen's pet squirrel tries to stop her from leaving and cuts off the web she makes. Meanwhile, the girls are enjoying their cupcakes. They get into costume, calling themselves Ms. Marvel and Squirrel Girl. They attempt to catch her, get distracted when Squirrel Girl starts commentating, raising the dramatic tension, as she puts it, and then attack with Ghost Spider on one side and them on the other. Ghost Spider stops the two girls who are trying to catch her, wrapping them in webs and attempting to leave. Kamala Khan uses her powers to expand her arms and alters her rise to catch Ghost Spider before she flies off. Ghost Spider outbeats them and runs off, while both girls are left staring at each other in an alleyway. They go after her again, but this time with a changed technique, anime style. They catch Ghost Spider accusing her of taking a life again. She denies having anything to do with it, explaining that nobody ever considered that she could be innocent. The girls give her a chance to explain herself before they release a swarm of squirrels on her. Surrounded by a bunch of little squirrels, Ghost Spider tells them that she's out to catch the person who killed Kevin and won't let anyone get in her way, not them or S.H.I.E.L.D. She tells them about Kevin, how they were best friends, and that he was the only person who knew about her secret identity. She reveals that when the Terrigen wave hit, they found out that Kevin had powers and was an inhuman. He practiced his powers with Gwen and wanted to use them for good until he didn't show up the night of their patrol. Gwen tracked his phone, trying to find him, and when she did, he was dead. The person who killed him attacked Gwen and cut her with a weapon, paralyzing her. Kamala and Doreen believe her. She convinces them not to help her find the girl who killed Kevin and to instead help the people of the city. Patriot flies over them, and Ghost Spider escapes before he sees her. Ghost Spider lands on top of a building, and Patriot shows up. She tries to run away, but he flies after her with his Captain America replica shield and gets a hold of her. They both land on the ground, and Patriot tries to catch Ghost Spider. Quake walks out of the corner and uses her Quake blasts on Ghost Spider. She handcuffs her, and they take her away. Ghost Spider tries to explain to them that she wasn't the one who took Kevin's life, but that it was another inhuman. But Patriot ignores her while Quake's suspicions are raised. They take her away in their shield car until they reach Captain Stacy, who is waiting for their arrival. Quake takes Ghost Spider in her arms and tells Patriot that she'll handle everything from here on. Captain Stacy threatens to lock away Ghost Spider and tries to remove Ghost Spider's mask to reveal her true identity. But before he can do so, Quake releases her from the handcuffs. Ghost Spider uses her webs on Quake and the captain and flies off. Patriot runs after her, but she's gone. Later, as Quake is walking through the streets, Ghost Spider shows up and asks her why she let her go. Quake tells her that she knows that she's Captain Stacy's daughter. Gwen, surprised, takes her mask off and asks her how she knew. Quake tells her it was her mannerisms when her father talked disappointedly at her that did the trick. The SHIELD agent hands her a location in Boston, where she thinks the night woman she mentioned before could be, and in exchange, she tells Gwen to give her all the information she can about the woman and her accomplices. These couple of short episodes were something. For a person who's a fan of the MCU, this sure was an adequate introduction to the new branch of characters who will take over the next phases. I enjoyed that they chose Gwen Stacy to blame for the death of her best friend, portraying her as a superhero turned villain. Having her father lead the hunt makes it even better, because we get to see the similarities between them. It reminded me a little of Harry Osborn not knowing his father was the Green Goblin, except this time the roles are reversed, and the supposed villain is a hero. Maybe it's not so similar. Anyway, the manhunt was also sequenced pretty well, with how they introduced young heroes in every episode, giving a view of their powers and personalities. If there's one thing I want to discuss in this episode, are the characters. My favorite by far was Gwen. Don't know about you guys, but I never thought I'd dislike a character more than I hated Squirrel Girl. Having her paired up with Kamala Khan, who is already an over-the-top character, was not all that great. Her powers also seem pretty lame, at least for now. Although she has some good comedic timing, she just didn't click with me. The agents were pretty cool though. Quake is a character I'm looking forward to seeing again. She seems to have pretty strong powers, and together with Patriot, they have a good team dynamic going. Patriot, although he's a wannabe, Captain America proves to be a strong character dedicated to being a SHIELD agent. Now that Quake betrayed her friend, whether their team up in friendship hangs in the balance. Now, with the episodes coming to a close on a cliffhanger, I'm curious to see what happens between Gwen and her father, and what he'll do when he finds out his daughter is Ghost Spider, as well as more about how and why Lucas was killed. The villains, and what they're after, were also a pretty good part of the storyline. Let's wait and see how these characters come together, and what awaits Gwen, as she heads out to find the villains that killed her best friend in the upcoming episodes. This brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this one. Your support helps us grow. And tell me, what do you think of the series so far? What do you think will await Gwen when she goes to Boston? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you're watching till now, thank you. I'll see you in another video soon.